Good morning, reception, and welcome to Tuesday's English lesson. Okay, our objective for today is to write a list of items to go to the South Pole, and that is where penguins live. I know Mr. Hesketh is teaching a little bit about where polar bears live, where penguins live, and they all have something in common, is that it is really cold, really cold in the South Pole. Lots of snow, lots of ice, lots of cold blizzards. So, as I'm reading parts of the story today, I'd like you to be thinking, what would the boy need to take with him to go to the South Pole? But before we do move on, I'd like you to pause the video and think about this question and answer it with your adult. It says, what can you remember about the story Lost and Found so far? So you can think about the main characters, think about the beginning of the story, where it was set. Did they speak to each other? Did they go anywhere? You pause the video and answer that question and have a little 5-minute chat with your adult about that question. However, I'm going to move on to the first part of the story. Okay. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. Remember, the penguin did look sad. He's probably worried about being in such a strange place. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad. I'm going to use one of your amazing words. He looked upset. And the boy thought it must be lost. Well, you would do, wouldn't you? He's not in the South Pole anymore. So the boy decided to take the penguin to the Lost and Found office to see if he could find his way home. But nobody was missing a penguin. How strange. He asked some birds if he knew where the penguin had come from, but they just ignored him. Some birds are like that. The birds ignore me when I'm trying to feed them in the park. That's part of the story. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know either. He didn't know where the penguin had come from. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he wasn't sure how. Oh dear, he wasn't sure how. I wonder how you would help the penguin. You see that? The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? How exciting. He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the big ship's horn. Oh, that is very noisy, isn't it? Quite noisy indeed. This is our last page for this section. So, together, they decided to build a boat so that they could get to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out and tested it for size and strength. Then they packed everything they would need to go to the South Pole. And that's where I'm going to stop, because that is where our writing comes in, children. What I'd like to think about now is, what do you think he needs to go to the South Pole? What do you think the boy would need to wear? What clothes? Talk to your adult, stop the video for 5 minutes. Talk to your adult about what you think you would need to take to the South Pole, what items of clothing, and then we're going to write a list of those items together. Okay? Right, children. I think I've given you some clues here about what we need to put in our bags to go to the South Pole. Do I look a bit different? Do I look like I'm ready to go to the South Pole? Shall we have a practice then? Right, okay, let's get on with our writing. So, what does he need to pack? What items of clothes does he need to pack to go to the cold destination? Well done. A hat. Let's sound out hat. Hat. So a list goes down. A list of items is going to go down. Hat. Ooh. What else does he need? What else have I got ready to go to the South Pole and keep nice and warm and snug? My coat. Sound out coat. 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 Did you remember which two letters make the O sound? The O sound. Can you remember? Oh, I make O. So I've got a hat. I've got a coat. What else do I need to pack in my suitcase ready to go to the South Pole with the penguin? My scarf. Well done. Let's sound out scarf. 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 Ah. Remember, pretend that you're at the doctor's. Ah. Which two letters make the ah sound? Ah. Sk. Ah. Scarf. Well done. So we've got a hat, coat, scarf. Now you can't see what I've got on my feet. But if I'm going to the South Pole and I need to keep my feet nice and warm, what do you think I have to put on my feet first to keep nice and warm? Nice, warm, cozy woolly socks. Sock. Let's sound out sock first and then we'll add the S at the end. Plural. Sock. Sock. The K comes out at the end of a one-syllable word after the short vowel O. How many K do I need? 2. You are so good. Sock. Sock. Now, I've got my socks on, but over my socks, I've got something else to keep my feet warm because I can't walk on the snow and ice with my socks. They would soon get wet and my little toes would soon get frozen. So what else do you think I put over my socks? Well done, boots. So again, we're going to sound out the word boot first, then add the S for the plural. Sound it out. Boot, boot, and then S at the end. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Which two letters make the ooh sound? 2 O's. And it's a long vowel ooh, isn't it, that we're working on here? Boot. Right, children, I'd like you to write your list for me by the end of the day. Bye-bye for now.